All right, guys. Welcome to Weird and WooWoo, where I'm weird and we all get a little woo-woo, okay? And there's always a little bit of woo-woo involved. I was feeling doing a check-in, but like I kept feeling like finances, and it was like the word wasn't right. They didn't want me to use that word, and so it was one of those things where I'm like, resources check-in, and I don't know why they want it broadened like that because I really feel money, but there may be something more to it. So I don't know. I was being called to it. We'll see what comes through. Figure it out, right? All right. So, friendly reminder: you are a sovereign being of your life. You can determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. I just yeah. So, whatever you do, don't Cinderella shit to make it. Okay. Fantastic. Awesome. I get my incense going. I mean, I'm gonna lower that. I'm just gonna lower it. I don't know why it always gets bumped and stuff. But also on my we have passion fruit that's growing out back, and I've got an inkling to go and collect and make some jelly from it. So I'm thinking that's what's going to be happening. But anyways, all right. Again, I kept feeling fine. I wanted to say the word finances. Maybe I should just said the word money. I don't know. But they want me to focus on the term resource, and I was like, okay. And maybe that's just a reframing, like that it's a resource. Like to look at it like a resource, not like money. I don't know how to explain it. Sorry guys. As y'all know, my mom's in the hospital, so I always check. Oh. Um, all right, guys, let's just dig in. Okay, where are we starting, Spirit? Madame Medora's fortune telling deck. Fortune telling deck. All right. A barrier keeps you from your goal. Well, no shit. Of course, we would want to like talk about that. A temptation may lead you astray, and your perseverance is rewarded. Okay, first glance, it's like the tried and true. Just keep at this, and it'll pay off. You'll be good. That's really what it feels like. A barrier keeps you from your goal. And it's like a temptation may like you may be tempted to be like, screw this, I'm gonna do this instead. And they're like, no, 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 don't give up on something that's off the bat, like easy peasy, lemon squeezy, low hanging fruit kind of stuff. Um, Siren. Something might sound real tempting. It's like feels like the guarantee of something, only it's not going to get you what you want. I don't know. I'm just like tired of hearing it, Spirit. Like tired of hearing it. Like what exactly is perseverance, and to what degree, and what about when we feel like we are hitting the point of having to like forsake something of ourselves? You know what I mean? Like compromise an aspect, or just that it begins to compromise us. It begins to affect us. I mean, we should be the most important factor, right? I think this is definitely a perceived barrier. I don't know if it's a real one. Other than that, I just feel like the circumstances at play. And if it were timing, then why couldn't you just go? Why not? Why not have side quests? It ain't fucking time yet, so why not? Let's find out what they say. I'm going to start with Secret Tarot. I thought they would go with Golden Universal. Mm. Seven of Cups. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But the thing is, with this Seven of Cups, it's not about finding the one cup, it's focusing on the two cups. It's like from the Five of Cups. Remember the Two of Cups, right? Remember the Two of Cups from the Five of Cups that you turned around, you're like, ah. And then somehow that satiated you in the Six of Cups, like, okay, okay, okay. Now that I've got my sights set on something, all right, it's good. It's all good. It's good. It's good. And then Seven of Cups come around and you're like, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of other things that sound really good right about now. I don't know. She's second guessing something. And it's like, remember the Two Cups, is what I want to say. King of Wands, this motherfucker coming out all summer long. It's like, stay focused on the one goal. On the bottom of the deck, we got the Nine of Cups. So that you can get your wish fulfilled. I just feel like being like, I mean, just because you focus on something else doesn't mean that you lose any kind of focus. But they're like, they really want you to hone all your energy in on one thing. I think this is where the resources kind of thing comes from, because it's like, I mean, would you really be? I mean, I guess maybe you would, but my thing is like, if you were well taken care of, would you care how long it took in the pursuit of this thing, whatever it is? I mean, would you really? And the thing is, King of Wands, he goes at it with gusto, with passion, with like drive. You know what I mean? And I'm like over here, like, how do you do that when you're like, I don't know. So that's the barrier. This, I don't really know if I read. So many other things look a lot better right about now. Why is that? Like, I can only guess because this word irritates my soul. Persevere. It's like, it's so very, no offense, guys, modern Christianity of like there's always this promise of something later on rather than having something right now, as if your present doesn't matter. When that's the entire point of having this existence on this planet. And I'm like, this idea of like, it's also part of the patriarchy, isn't it? And capitalism of like, suffer now for just the mere hope that you get to have something later. Like, there's no guarantee, but suffer now so that you can't. Yeah, like, what the like? This is why we're having this big global like revolution right now. People are sick and fucking tired of it. So sick and tired of people capitalizing off of other people's sweat, tears, oppression. Like, it's what? Like, no, no. So it's kind of, I just, I feel like I'm playing devil's advocate with spirit. I'm like, I don't know. I'm on team human right about now. Just saying. Seven of Cups is just uncertainty. It really is. You could say it's confusion, but it's whatever. Tomatoes, tomatoes. For the Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. See, the Four of Pentacles is about knowing when to invest and when to abandon something. Like, it's setting up a solid foundation and then going from there. Then we have that's where the Nine of Pentacles comes into play. Yeah, so that's where the Nine of Pentacles comes to play. And that's when things change. Nine of Pentacles gives me this self-sufficient energy, really established. Once you've invested in a really established Queen of Swords. What do they mean by really like? And I think that's the thing. Well, what is established? And how long? I can tell you right now, I already know how much how long. It just feels very gaslighty. Keep going. There were people that worked 20 years and to get somewhere and never ended up getting, I mean, really gave their heart and soul. And to think of all that time that they could have spent. People do it in relationships all the time. Overstaying the welcome. Like it is seriously. And you're not gonna hear any of that time's an illusion bullshit from me. Because time is very much real. It's the measure of what occurs between this point and this point, which is usually measured by what you do during the middle of that. And it's kind of like, and it's very pertinent to the experience of this existence. So to sit there and time matters. It does. And it's real. We can play esoteric bullshit like, is anything really real? You know what? You go ahead and waste your this existence on pondering all of that. If that's the thing, if that's the attitude, then why are we even fucking here? Why don't we just all and spare ourselves the trouble of this existence? Like, what are we talking about? Um, it's for the lessons. I mean, on the other side, don't we already understand everything? That's the reason why we always turn to spirit because they have a greater view and understanding than we do. What fucking lessons did we need to experience here that we didn't already know? I could just fucking stop, people. Stop. Holy shit. It's like all these sayings end up being something where someone gets to use it as a spiritual bypass, honest to God. That's all it really fucking is. I think I am channeling somebody's energy for real. Because what I don't understand this. So it's when you're solid within yourself, when you're solid in the operating on your own, when you feel secure in what it is that you're doing, that's when shit changes. Um, because I'm sorry, Spirit. I feel like somebody is sitting here going, I already have. Like, this would be somebody who has really put energy into something for quite some time. And like a true concerted effort too, not like putting my toe in the water, not half-assing it, even though life may have happened. So I just get what to what extent? So to what extent? Come on, Spirit. Like you got to bridge the gap between where you're at and where they're at. Because this is like if you're uncertain of those two of cups, you're kind of like backtracking on what you felt like was going to get you out of the five of cups, right? Um, Okay, they're like giving me a whole other layer to this story. Like, what if somebody, Five of Cups, things keep going wrong, and someone it's one of two things. It's either you think you can't do it alone. So the only way to do it is a second cup. So like somebody else coming in, you and somebody else. But there's this struggle. I don't understand how to get to the two cups. I don't understand how to where is this person? Like I get the feeling either somebody has thought and try to live their life from the sense of everything would be better and everything goes smoother and everything was like I'm not really meant to do it on my own, and so resources would come from a person. Either you think that or spirits told you that, and therein lies the problem. Like it's either you're not going to find the second cup until you're good on your own, or you don't like the idea of resources coming from another person coming into your life. And so you're like, I'm not budging until I'm good on until I've done the 9 of Pentacles, ain't shit changing. I'm not going to. And someone might be confused and doesn't really understand why. We've had this conversation before. We have sat here and had readings before of why some type of forward movement involves another person, some kind of like expansion in life or some kind of whatever. I think the last time we talked about it was like because you'll only get so far on your own currently. I feel somebody struggling. Like I swear to God, there's like two polar opposites. Somebody's struggling to find a person, and it's like they want. I don't know, like you want somebody to lighten the load. You want help. You're like, I just want my partner. I'm tired of doing it on my like you feel like you can't achieve something on your own that you were never meant to achieve. And then there's the polar opposite of somebody where it's like, boy, that's shit. Like I don't want somebody coming, Captain Save a Ho coming in, and you know what I mean? Like I don't fucking want that shit. That's what it feels like to you. And can I just tell you, like it feels like this is like each scenario feels like they're getting the exact opposite of what they want. One person really wants to get themselves well rooted, established, um, stable, really good on their own. It's kind of like that energy. You don't need a partner, but if you want one, that's great. Like you're badass bitch on her own, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, something comes in. This is what someone wants. This is what someone wants. You can keep the partner. I don't want it. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it why you're making me do it like this. Like, why is this being held over my head? I feel like somebody's feeling like something's being held over their head. Like it's not going to go. Like I can. Like you're going to cap me off, spirit. Like I can't go any further in. You know what I mean? Like I feel like somebody's wondering why there's something not right now. Someone feels as if it's being intentionally withheld and like being forced to go into a partnership. And then there's the other one who's like, where is my Captain Save a Ho? I just want to fall in love and everything's so much better and it's not meant to be like this. The ones where it's like I'm supposed to be a pillow princess and not have to do anything and they're going to do all the providing and all the work and all the whatevers, and okay, but they can't find their person to do that. And they're being told, bitch, you need to figure some shit out on your own. You don't get this person until you're this. And the other person's like, bitch, that's what I want. Can we switch timelines? Can we switch destinies? Like, I want that. I want you know what I mean? So that's the only time when shit changes, right? Like, that's the feeling here. So for the person, instead of establishing themselves and really putting in the work, they don't. They don't. This idea of the Nine of Pentacles, fucking no, thank you. And so things never change for them. The other person is like doing everything they can to try and remain stable and create security and would love to build to the place where they're the Nine of Pentacles, where it's kind of like, I don't need anyone if they're in my life, is because I want them. Because they're assigning this thing of like resources you need, right? I need resources. I shouldn't need a person. My existence and how well I do in life shouldn't be contingent on another person. These are polar opposites, each one wanting what the other one is kind of like being funneled into. That's what it feels like. Each being faced with temptations. One is, well, if this way isn't going to work, then fuck it. I'm going to go off and do something else. I'll find something else. So the person that really wants to just establish themselves is like, well, then I will abandon the path I'm on and I'll go fucking do something different because you're not going to tell me I'm not going to, that I'm not going to be able to get this before a person. So in essence, this person is like being told, no, this will happen. Your needs will be taken care of with a person. And they're like, I don't want that. And the other bitch is like, I do. I fucking want that. Like, can I have that shit? Because I don't want to do this shit anymore. So, and I feel like the person who is hoping to find somebody to make life easier, it's like it's not that they don't want love, but it's like, no. This is not how my path is supposed to go. It's supposed to be like this. Like they may get into relationships too quickly because of the sense of comfort that somebody gives them by lightening the load. And I mean, I don't hate on somebody who's like, fuck this shit. This shit's too fucking what? I'm gonna do this on my own. Because this world sucks right now, in case anybody didn't know. And so like I'm like, okay. So the siren energy is like way too tempted to try and make something work with so many different people that they're not meant to be with. It is weird how, and like each one is being told, don't take the workaround because you don't want to keep moving forward on the path you're on and everything will, well. Four of Wands. Both have something to do with a union. It's just the paths are like completely polar opposite. Move forward. Don't cut things off too soon. Keep going. Really. The funny thing is, the one that really wants help, somehow, when they make effort, things come real easy. Like getting established financially, managing to do it on their own, right? But they get aggravated as shit at it. Like it actually comes easy, but they feel like they're spent from it. Like they're throwing a fit, like a tantrum, like a little kid. Like the one that just wants I don't know, they're too quick to want a partner and they're being forced in their solitary energy. The one who is completely okay in their solitary energy and they're like, "You know what? Spirit fine, whatever. I'll just do it on my own. Like keep this 2 of cups. I don't fucking care." And it's like, "No, you need to." We have the Page of Pentacles with the 7 of Pentacles. Again, a seed. Some kind of seed planted. Page of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. It's a some seed. What? Okay, a seed was. This was part of the last one. There was like a seed was planted. It's about to blossom. On the bottom, we got a fucking Hierophant. I swear to God, Hierophant with the 4 of Wands. What is going on? The seed was planted. It's about to come into your reality. I feel like this is two sides to the same coin of some kind of union coming together, where one was forced in isolation and to be alone and to learn to live alone and to learn to have the discernment. And the other one was like, I'm comfortable here. I don't know what the fuck you think you're gonna hold over my head, and fought to stay there. So they're giving, okay, I swear to God, can we please not send 20 fucking, sorry, I gotta turn this off. Um, both of these people are probably gonna come into union now. So both were understand because I honestly, the one who was like, I'm fine right here. Let me just get my job. Let me do my thing. Spirit wanted to make you feel uncomfortable as shit staying single. Make it feel really difficult, emotionally laborious. Like I feel like there were circumstances and situations that led you to feel like like you don't want to be there no more. And the other person who kept finding shit people and having whatever, like found they had to fight through and find solace in being alone. If you really were like, I don't care. I don't care about a person. I want to do it on my own. If somebody ends up one day, great, but like I just want to do me, I guarantee you had a million motherfucking roadblocks. A million. Every time you looked for an option out, you're like, then I'll just do a job here, or I'll go do here, and I'll da da da. You were block, 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 and always hidden in all the options was the 2 of Cups. They're like, you can do the 2 of Cups, but you have to choose it, right? And then for the other person who was like I'm gonna find my partner, and I'm gonna, I don't want to be alone. Made you hate being in a relationship, back to back to back to back. Bullshit. Either way, both people have finally done some kind of surrender. So somebody has sat with it and did their time alone, came into their own, finally have it has a sense of peace of being on their own and a resolution of, you know, okay, I won't, I won't then, you know. My sense of self doesn't come from Like they only felt calm and peace when somebody was there to carry the burden for them. And that's not the point of the relationship. They needed to know how to carry that burden within themselves, how to transmute it, how to alchemize it, how to, you know. And so it was like, no, the union you seek is going to be withheld from you. The other person was running from the union. But there's a sense of peace that that person was missing. And I think that in their solitary energy had to come to terms with how much they actually did want to experience that love. There's been a process here. Two sides of the same coin. And at some point, something's coming into your reality. The seed was planted probably a long time ago with the Seven of Pentacles, or some time ago. It's just now going to come into fruition. What is this? Are you serious? Shh. We have the King of Cups when I'm asking about what seed was planted. King of Cups, then was the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. King of Cups is exceptionally discerning about who he pours his cup into, even if he does pour his cup into someone. It's as if he's someone's done holding back. I don't think that answers my question though. One person stopped clamoring for the relationship, the other person stopped running from the relationship, and now it comes in. And that sounds real simplistic and stupid and manipulative, but that's just the cliff notes. That's the last sentence summary of an 1,800-page essay. Spirit's like, that is reductive at best. That sounds so oversimplistic and manipulative. What really happened all along was what I had already just explained. So if you've been hearing people saying, oh, once you stop looking for it, it'll come, there was way more fucking to it than that. And the way more to it is different for each person, right? Way more to it than that. Because what was desired, what was wanted was some type of union, like life partner spiritual union here. What you were wanting and seeking needed you to move through something so that you could receive it. Not that it was being withheld from you, although there were some tactics to push you in the right direction, but nothing, it wasn't to like, you weren't gonna, like, nothing was withheld from you. It was always your desire. Even for the one who was like, I'm just good on my own, it's like knowing you since you were a little kid. That seed was planted a long time ago. That seed has been there. Spirit's been with you this entire time. They fucking know that you do want this. You do. Tell me about this King of Cups. Five of Wands. A lot has changed. We got the Five of Wands. Hitting goals, desires. There's a complete pivot. Who is the King of Cups, though? So, what I'm getting is these two variations of the exact same coin, the two sides to the same coin, the union or whoever they are coming in connection with has been on a similar journey. There was definitely something that held them back that they had to surrender or work through or get through. That it's like it was the chaos that kept them from crossing over, from coming forward, from pursuing this. Five of Wands. It's like it's all practice for the real deal. Honestly, feels like the King of Cups had to go through a situation or a series of situations in life where they began to choose themselves on what it is that they wanted. Again, we did say at the beginning, King of Cups pours into real discerning, real discerning, almost like you wouldn't know about this person. You wouldn't know. They're not going to be the one to. You wouldn't know how much they would desire this or how emotional they really are or how deep those emotions go. And with the Five of Wands, this idea of a lot of things pulling on them, a lot of things like it gives a sense of people pleasing, trying to be the thing for everybody all at once, never seeking what they wanted, what was right for them. I just feel like a lack of healthy boundaries, putting themselves first. They're cutting that out. There's been I think they're telling us what's happened since the seed was planted. Working through things that held each person back, surrendering to what was and what needed to be done. Working through things, finding the things that didn't serve them anymore and cutting them completely out. It was a battle, it was chaotic. There were bruises, but ultimately choosing the self, which means choosing love. That's how they get to the king. I mean, the 10 of cups. Okay, why is this? Okay. So my assumption is somebody has questions about resources. It's on their mind. It's one way or the other. I wish I had help. Um, like one being pushed to the brink of being willing to receive. What's true for the other one? Because the other one who is constantly clamoring for and desiring, they were chasing, chasing, chasing. They were never in a position of receiving. So is a person who didn't want love. I'll just do it on my own. I just want to beat it up. Both were in the position of not being able to receive. Like Hermetic Tarot. So a seed that had been planted can now grow. What's that got to do with right now? What does that have to do with right now? Well, same with the Seven of Pentacles, where something can now be right ground into your reality. That's the moon. Emotions will flow, but this is about something finally revealing itself, being seen. So this is the journey between something revealing itself and making its way to union, the Hierophant. That's what it has to do with right now. So the things that are happening in your life at this point is going to be everything that's the building phase in between, because that's what I get. We got the moon, three pentacles. That's the cooperation, that's the collaboration, that's the teamwork, that's the we're working together, we're going to make this, we're going to grow this. So it's something is happening. All those in all these in the different scenarios that I talked about, it's finally coming into their life. And I feel like saying what I really want to say is, you'll notice that a lot of readings will shift to the discussion of this, the journey to union. And union in the sense of higher level commitment. Like somebody coming into your life, things building to the point. God, why do I put shit down? Where it becomes a commitment, permanent. So that's why they're having this discussion. On this Eight of Cups right here at the bottom, it says abandoned success. Both of these individuals have finally reached the point of fuck it. That's the surrender part. That is the being in the state of allowance with what is. The fight was to sustain the Eight Cups that were always there. That's the idea of the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is the notion that all of this was meaningful, nurturing, sustainable at some point. It was for you to some degree. And you're coming to the realization that whatever you were existing in before, it is not. And you are absolutely, both people are at the place of surrender where they're utterly willing to just let it go. Because you leave the Eight of Cups to get to the Nine of Cups, which you wanted all along. So there's a really true, genuine, emotional, beautiful new beginning that's happening in your reality. It's not just the idea of it. It's not the figment of your imagination. It's not the field of possibilities. It's not the the dream state. It's not just the downloads. It's real. It's coming into your reality. And things are really going to be set ablaze. Like I'm hearing what is it? It's shine. Looks like we made it. That Shania Twain song, and it's like this is just beginning. It's kind of like studying really hard to take exams just so you can get into college. Like that wasn't That was a lot. Yeah, sure. But it's just beginning. You have this whole journey of coming together, building and getting to the point of now. Like, you know how like you just feel like, oh, great. I thought I was I don't want to say done, but it's like I thought, really? It's still confusing, really? It's still like there's a whole learning process once you get the thing you actually fucking wanted all along. What you've been through has been preparation, but nothing can really prepare you. I don't care what they do in high school. It's not going to prepare you for what college is. They just keep saying, singing the Shania Twain, looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. I'm not a singer. You don't want me to. So it is going to present itself to a Pentacles. Like when I say this seed was planted and it is breaking ground now and it's coming into your reality, it is. Again, it's a choice. It's a fucking choice. Pentacles. All of these reflect really honestly what it is. You can keep going with what you situation as is, or you can choose to go down it. But the King of Swords is having the discernment at this point to make the right decision. But the King of Swords, when he makes the decision, he acts. Taking us back to the King of Wands. He acts. Otherwise, it's just a thought floating by. It's not really a decision. And I feel like they're saying, we've got the Judgment card. It's like when this comes into your life, they're having this conversation right now. Because what you went through was to bring you to this point. And now it rides on you making the decision. Answering the call. Because there is something about this coming in now. It really is like leaving. It's the graduation, the cap and gown, right? It's the Eight of Cups. This is your old life. But I want you to take a look at this. Even in this Eight of Cups, so there's 8 cups, only 2 of them are full. Look at the other 6. The 6 of Cups, history, past, childhood. I mean, all that fighting everybody did. And you're coming back to the point where spirit told you you would be. Where they told you to begin with. You're coming to the same conclusion that spirit already informed you about. Yes, this is supposed to happen. Yes, this is something for you. But no, you can't fucking walk into this with that shit. It'll ruin it. And I don't know what has come up. I'll be honest with you, I think this has been a long journey. Because I do still feel like there's moments of fuck this shit. But it's not nearly as much of a temptation as it used to be. I think this process has been one hell of a long one because somebody has attempted a multitude of times to subvert what it is that they had to do. And they're like, never mind, I went off this path. And it was like, you brought yourself back. One way or all paths led back to coming to this point. So it's like, okay. Go on a detour. Whatever you want to do, you're still going to end up right back here again. And lo and behold, here we are. You may not have wanted to persevere, but you did, even in your attempt to run or try to get it to do something different. I mean, I feel like Spirit's saying if you ended up on a detour or on a side quest or on anything else, it was of your own doing. Because you wouldn't have ended up there if there wasn't something you needed to get rid of or work through. There was work to be done. And they're like, so I mean, I know you're like, motherfuckers, y'all be standing in my way. And they're like, and you don't understand, like, how am I standing in my own way? How am I to, because like, didn't nobody. Look, just because you see 15 paths does not mean that spirits, you knew fucking which one. Spirit told you, hey, walk down the right one, second to the right. I don't fucking want to walk down. What are you talking about? Why do I gotta walk down? Look at this shit. It has no roses. These have roses. These have this. These have this. I'm supposed to walk through the Sahara Desert, Spirit? I mean, you can do whatever you want. You're gonna fucking end up right back here. You wanna bet? I'm gonna. Okay. The level of autonomy that y'all were just. You showed them! But you did. You ended up back in the Nine of Pentacles. And now things can change. I think your definition of what the stability in your life and autonomy was going to look like, I'm sure y'all thought that was about resources, and it wasn't. It was just within. Hmm. Well, there you go. That's that. All right. I'm done. I hope the message found whoever it's meant for. I hope you have a fantastic and wonderful day, and I'll see you guys at the next read.